Gene Galin with the Chatham Journal. I'm here with the ladies of the Finally Fridays. I feel honored because I'm the only guy here. Just don't tell my wife. All right, why don't you introduce yourself, and then we're going to talk about what's going on today at Finally Fridays.
Okay, Heather Johnson, Pittsboro Print Plus, Chatham Yard Cards, and Circle City Merchants.
Pam Freeze, Circle City Merchants, and Pittsboro Gallery of Arts.
And Teresa Thompson. I work for the town of Pittsboro. I'm the downtown director.
Downtown director. So I'm here with some highfalutin folks. I don't even know if falutin's a word that's used anymore. But anyway, whose idea was this Finally Fridays thing?
Mine.
She proudly stands up and shows off her
I'm a
t-shirt.
sandwich board.
You're walking sandwich.
I'm a walking sandwich board.
How did this come up as an idea?
Well, I'm part of the Pittsboro Gallery of Arts, and when I moved here like 20 years ago, I lived in a rural area, and my kids were just going off to college. They came into town the first time. They went into Verley's, and they asked local kids, well, what do you do here? And they said, we all go to Chapel Hill. It's gotten so much better than there's all sorts of things to do in the downtown, but there's still more things that could be done. And we were trying last year to open up our gallery on a Friday night, once a month. And we did it, and we put a lot of effort into it, but there just wasn't enough going on in town for anybody to pick up on it other than the people that we promoted to directly. And then Havoc opened up, and they've got bands that are here every Friday night. And there are a lot of other places. I think the Red Moose has bands. Several different places have bands now on weekends.
City Tap has a band.
City Tap has a band. And so what I had done is I got to join Circle City Merchants, and I started to ask for things. And one of the things that I suggested is, could we have, similar to some of the other bigger towns in the area, one Friday night a month where we open up the town and encourage people to come? Because we have First Sundays, and First Sundays does very well. We need something for the whole town besides First Sunday.
Hold on for a second.
Okay.
All right. Again, we're using mics, but that truck was loud.
Yeah.
So anyway, First Sundays does really well, and
We need something to bring people to town in the evenings on weekends.
Okay.
And so what we were trying to do is kick
so
off.
booze is not enough.
Well, we do have a social district.
Oh, and we are in the social district.
And we are in the social district, but it isn't enough for people to be coming to town and wanting to check out the shops and stuff. And that's what we wanted to do. We wanted people to come in and to see our beautiful gallery. So I proposed that couldn't we have one Friday a month on a regular basis, every month, where we would keep the shops open in addition to the restaurants and the bars, have the other shops open so people could promenade around the town and enjoy it. And they said, okay. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's actually going to happen. So we've been working on this for 4 or 5 months to get it, and this today is the kickoff.
The kickoff. How do you all come up with the name Finally Fridays?
We went back and forth.
Yeah.
There was a lot of different
What was the
ideas.
worst idea anybody came up with?
I'm not going to say that.
Freaky Friday? No, because we know what happens on Freaky Fridays.
No,
And we're not going there.
We had several great ideas. We like the Finally Fridays. Seem to have a nice ring to it, and people understand, it's on a Friday, and it's going to be every third Friday of every month. We didn't want it to be too close to First Sunday, so we try to space it out a little bit. So the third Friday seemed to be the best fit.
So how is this going to be different than a First Sunday?
Oh,
It's a celebration of downtown.
Yeah.
We're not having any outside vendors. We're not having any food trucks. This is a celebration of downtown Pittsboro businesses, restaurants, our artist community. That's what's different about it.
And I'd say it's really more of a shopping experience. We're trying to enhance the shopping experience downtown versus it being just a large community event. So working with the businesses to stay open late.
Yes.
That's been a goal.
You go to sleep early, don't you? Like 6, 7 o'clock?
Yeah.
So this is going to be a stretch for you?
I go to sleep pretty early.
Yeah. So we worked hand in hand with the business owners to stay open.
Yep.
So a lot of them are, well, all of them
yeah.
are completely supportive of this idea. And is the first one, so it's going to grow more and more. But yeah, it's a shopping experience. We're also trying to promote local artists.
And that was the point that I was going to bring up. One of the things that we're doing that is unique, I think, and I've already, from my artist friends, because I am an artist, but I found out it's very unique in that if you want to do First Sunday, you have to register and you pay a fee in order to participate.
Right.
We've opened this up. Any artist can come and set up in one of the artist pods.
Well,
with-
what is an artist pod?
It is a space that's been allocated or set aside so that the artists can set up their stuff to show their artwork, and if they want to, they can sell it there. They don't have
And
to
they can
pay any.
paint
And
if
they
they
can
wanna-
paint. They can do
their art.
demonstrations if they want.
Yeah.
And
Dance.
and there's no
Play an
fees.
instrument.
So it sort of like the things you would see like in New Orleans, where around the square
Or Greenwich Village,
or
actually.
Greenwich Village. We're trying to do that, and we're hoping then to have not only the artist community appreciate the opportunity. I mean, if a high school student wants to come and set up their whatever they've got in their portfolio, they can do that. Or if they want to do face painting, they can do that. I've had a couple artists that I know through Chatham Artist Guild, because I'm also a member of Chatham Artist Guild, who have asked me for details about it. They're thrilled because there's no fee, so they can come and do it, and if it becomes a regular thing, then a lot of more artists are going to want to do it. And we're going to have entertainment in town, some extra entertainment that we wouldn't normally have.
But now, do you have to? Do those folks have? Even though there's no fee associated, they kind of have to let you know they're coming, right? Because you don't
Not
want.
necessarily.
We would
Well,
we would
some
like
probably
that.
gonna show up,
but-
yeah.
right, yeah, we would like that, so we have a good idea
Yeah,
of
yeah.
what's coming, and because then they have more information. But if people show up later today and they've got their artwork with them, they say, I heard about this, but I don't know anything. What do I do? We're just going to send them to one of the locations. And eventually, if things work out, not only will we have them in these artist pods, but we're going to have them up and down the streets too.
Okay.
In fact, I'm
No
going to
tents,
And going
though.
back to artist
No
pods,
tents.
where,
No
where,
tents.
where are these artist pods going to be?
well, Page Park is one. Red Moose is another
okay,
one.
Okay, I got you.
Fry Studios.
Fry Studios, which is down over there.
That's where we're starting. But
And that's where we're starting now, and we'll expand it as we have enough. But we want to have enough of a mass at the different places so that people can see them.
Well, this sounds like what I refer to as the Scrum method. It's actually not my term. It's a term where you folks could just sit around and plan this for ages, and it's like, yeah, we'll eventually get there. But it's kind of like, hey, we're just going to start. We've got a concept. We're going to see what works, what doesn't work, and then we'll go from there. Is that kind of what you're trying to do here?
We've done more planning than it may look like.
okay.
But hopefully, I mean, we have
Well, no
balloons.
offense.
No.
didn't know that.
But we also recognize you have to be really flexible because we don't know what's going to work well and what isn't, and it's going to be really hot today. So we realize we've got water bottles we're handing out, as an example, with our logo on. And that's because we want to make sure people are hydrated, even if they didn't remember to bring something or they don't want to go into, for instance, S&T's, it's got ice cream. We've got an ice cream shop just down there.
Just down the road.
So there's lots of food and beverages and
Caddy
stuff.
Corner.
Yeah.
Kitty Corner. They're going to have some
Yeah.
ice cold beverages
Yeah.
there too.
Well, if somebody falls out, you can just do chalk art around
Oh my
them.
gosh. Because we have so many artists.
Uh,
And the town of Pittsboro, we have to say how much the town has put behind us as businesses. For Teresa to come to and be a part of
Yes.
our meetings. She's running the planning meetings for this particular series of events. The town has put money behind it by paying for bands and supporting us with signage, and it's really exciting that we get this kind of support.
so you're an artist, but you're with the town. How long have you been doing this for?
2 years.
2 years? What's your favorite part of the job?
The people.
Oh, come on, the people. Come on. I can say that about
she
my
loves
family.
to decorate.
They're
Come on,
my
let's
people.
be real.
They're my people,
Yes.
honestly.
She
I
loves
really
to decorate
do.
for every event we do.
I just enjoy it. I enjoy it. My background is planning, and I'm still in planning as well. But it's definitely a lot different. it's a lot more fun.
All right.
Sure.
Besides the people, what has put the biggest smile on your face in the last couple of years?
I would say the pop-up park project.
Just down the road.
And still, it's not done. We're looking to have a ribbon cutting hopefully in September. So that's just another example of how the community came together to make it happen. Because no town funding has gone to that project. It's all been donations and in-kind donations. So it's fun to see something like that actually, come into fruition. A lot of hard work from the town and volunteers.
There you go. Again, being a male, I can tell who the artist is here based on her earrings.
My earrings, my
And her
bracelet.
bracelet. Your standard diamondette type of thing. Yours are kind of interesting too.
Yeah. I usually do have.
She usually gets more festive.
I really do. I was
She
going to
does.
wear watermelon
Yes.
earrings today.
But what happened?
Well, I figured I'm going to be running around and I didn't want them to get snagged, so I was trying to be a little more practical.
All right. And your earrings, where did you get those, or did you design
made
those?
them.
You made
That's
those.
what, that's, she
I
sells
mean,
it at
I made-
Pittsboro
I
Gallery of
made-
Arts.
Yeah, I make
Fine
jewelry.
Okay.
So I make
And
clothes
how
and
did you come up with that design?
This has enamel in it. Enamel is melted glass, so you create the jewelry most of the jewelry I create is either cloisonné or champlové, which is on pure silver, and then you do patterns and designs with wire, again with pure silver, and then you build up colored glass and keep putting it in a kiln. So I did this one, but these are the cheap ones because I only have one color in there instead of having little
If you don't
wires.
mind.
Matches our logo.
It does.
And that's why I put them on this morning, because it matched the logo.
These are the. How long did it take you to make this?
Oh, my fancy ones, these are simple ones. My fancy ones take up to 3 days to make. This took 5 days to make.
All right, and that's also the.
This is all fine silver.
Glass.
This is cloisonné, and this is glass that's been you painted
So
in and
gorgeous.
melted.
So awesome.
And it's on the
Do you
inside. it's
burn
awesome.
yourself ever when you're doing this stuff?
One of them fell out of the kiln one day, and I now have these scorch marks on the floor. But fortunately, it didn't cause any more problems than that. So no, I do not normally burn myself.
Do you have fire insurance?
Oh, absolutely, and fire extinguishers.
I'm just checking. I'm worried about this lady.
And fire extinguishers.
Or fire extinguisher.
But listen,
we're getting back. We're
you
getting
come
off
over,
topic.
and I've got some jewelry you would like to buy for someone, I'm sure.
Well, no. Look, my wife does not allow me to buy jewelry for her. That is one rule. I can give her money, and this is not my rule. It's her rule.
Okay, well, that's great.
So I'll tell her to come over.
You tell her to come over, and I will give her a tour, because we've
It's a
got
beautiful gallery.
some gorgeous jewelry.
Beautiful gallery.
Not just mine. There are other jewelry artists over there that do phenomenal stuff. Each of ours is different. So we've got variety. But, I mean, if you're trying to decorate your house, or with Chatham Park opening up, we're figuring a lot of people are going to want to come in, and we've got gorgeous 2D art, painters, we've got woodworkers, we've got a lot of different variety in there, and we own the gallery. It's all local artists, because you have to work there as well in order to be a member.
When you say work there, they're creating art there, right?
No, working
we
at
do
the gallery.
Actually,
work at the gallery,
we own the
okay.
gallery. We
Keep it
operate it. All the artwork in there is done by one of the artists who's a member, and we maintain the gallery. We also teach classes there.
Okay, so it's like a full-service art explosion area.
And we sometimes have events there. Like tonight, we're going to have an event in conjunction with Finally Fridays.
All right, let's talk about events. It's running from 4 to 7. You got this huge event. You got a whole bunch of things. You got artist pods. What else you got going on?
We have bands playing. We have one at Page Park and here at Havoc. We also have the pod at Red Moose.
Okay.
So we wanted to start mainly on Hillsborough Street and then expand from there. Oh, and the Fry
West End.
Studios as well.
Fry Studios in West End is going to have several things.
That's true,
Of
yeah.
course,
Finders and
West
Seekers.
End is open now for dinner. Finders and Seekers is going to have an artist.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting. Marigold. So all over town, and the Plant is going to have some events too. New Horizons is going to have music also. They've got a
Oh,
banjo
good.
player
Oh, super.
and Irish mandolin and wine and snacks.
Yeah.
So several of our shops are going to have.
And
So
I'm-
you could easily spend the full 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Oh,
and I'm bringing my pet sheep.
Yes, our mascot.
If it doesn't get too hot, he'll be wearing his cape with the logo on it, and he will be a greeter right outside of the gallery. because he loves to be petted.
Is he going to have an earring?
He actually has he actually has a place that my daughter would like me to put an earring in, but I'm afraid that it might get pulled. So instead, he'll just have his cape. He will be wearing an orange ice collar to keep him cool.
And does he mind having selfies with people?
He loves people.
Okay, good.
I just want to make sure we're still going.
Oh,
We
good.
are still going. And oh my gosh, we got people watching the live stream too. Woo!
Oh, this is live?
I'm doing live and
Oh, my.
and
Come to
copy.
Pittsboro. This
Yes.
is a celebration of your downtown. Help us remain
It's
vital
worth
and
the
vibrant.
It is worth the visit.
Well, I think
And we'll have ice cold water. For
downtown is being vibrant, and it's a matter of just making people aware of all the different options you have here. Because
Yes.
as you said, this town has grown quite a bit in the last
Yeah.
few years, and will continue to grow.
Yeah. In a good way.
In a good way, yeah. Because we need people coming downtown with sheep.
everybody. Yes.
I'm just kidding. But you're not the artistic type. Although you are, because you do
I'm
your
trying not to
card
be.
yard stuff.
She sure is.
I'm
very
trying to learn
creative.
about art, but I love downtown. I love our businesses. I'm grateful for our town. So this is part of what Circle City Merchants does, is support our Pittsboro businesses. That's what we do. So I won't be open today on this Finally Fridays, but I'm working on a little curated market for subsequent Finally Fridays. But I'm here to support everybody else. So, we're going to have a downtown Pittsboro table with some downtown Pittsboro swag. There's just going to be so much happening.
I have one of your stickers on the back of my truck.
Our shops are pulling out their art and
Yes,
wares
I'm gonna have
onto
it.
the sidewalks.
Little Big Man, who's the sheep, and I are going to have a table right outside
His
of the
name
gallery.
is Little Big Man.
My
Yes.
husband named him. That's how I was allowed to keep him.
Oh,
If he
Oh.
could name him, I could keep him.
now does he sleep inside the house?
No, he doesn't. He
Okay.
lives in the garden. He's got the vineyard. He's got the vineyard section.
Now, do you ever
Oh,
have to
sounds
shave him? Have you turned him into a sweater at all?
I have plucked him because he's a hair sheep, which means that it doesn't grow like the other type of hair. You can shave him. I did clip him. You'll see a very bad one. That's why he's going to wear a cape. But also, you can pull the hair out in tufts. It literally
You pluck them.
pluck him.
See,
Hair
I
sheep.
did not know that. See,
I did not
we
either
learned something.
before we got him.
And was this your husband's idea or your idea?
To get him,
Yeah.
my daughter's an equine vet, and at one of the farms that she went out to, somebody had purchased a farm. It came with a bunch of sheep that were severely inbred and poorly fed, and so they called her out to see what she could do, and she found 3 that weren't going to survive. So the worst one came to stay with us, and he lived upstairs in my studio with me until he was brought back to health, and then he broke his leg twice because he's inbred, so he's not. But now he doesn't know, and now he thinks that I'm his mother. So he will follow me anywhere.
Are your kids okay with this? Because you said they're all
They're
out of the
grown
house
up.
now.
They're grown up.
They're grown up, so you don't.
So now he lives in the garden. We fenced off a portion of the garden where all the grapevines are. And I am bringing a whole bunch of grape leaves with me today because that's what I'm going to feed him, or let people feed him when they come by.
Oh,
That.
It's
yeah,
Pittsboro.
You don't find this in the big towns.
not like Chatham.
I was gonna say, this is definitely Pittsboro.
Yeah.
Still in agriculture to a certain extent. Anything else we need to know about tonight?
Tonight, just hopefully you can come out for a little bit, 4 to 7, and we'll
We'll have water, and there's food and drinks, and it's a social district, and we like to be social.
come support the local shops.
And the
like
artists.
we said, they're staying open
Yep.
yes.
past their regular hours for this, so let's try to help promote them.
Okay, now you said you're not going to be here tonight.
I'm going to be here. I'm not going to be open, but I'll be
Okay, that's
here.
fine. Because what I like to do, I did this at the Chicken Festival. I like to probably come back around 4
Yeah.
o'clock and we'll do a quick live stream walkthrough for about 10, 15 minutes just to let people know about it. Because when we did that,
Would you stop by and meet Little Big Man?
I don't know, is he going to bite me?
No. If you can feed
That
him,
sounds great.
You can
Let's
feed
do it.
him a grape leaf. He will lick my hand, but I don't think he'll lick yours. But he likes to be petted.
All right, I think I can handle the petting thing. Although if I go back home, my dog's going to smell a sheep on me. What's he going to think?
Well, it's better than if you went home and your wife wondered why you smell like it.
Why do
Cut
we
that
always
part.
land? Why do
Cut
we
that
always
part.
land up here? And it's like people know my wife doesn't let me date other women, and also we're talking about sheep. Let's not go there. All right. So we'll be back. We'll do a quick live stream, 10, 15 minutes, so folks can. And look, yes, it may be hot, but you got water. 4 to 7. Try something different. Get out. If you haven't gotten your 10,000 steps in for the day,
We'll help you.
they will help you. They'll walk you around, and I mean, if you don't want to handle the jigsaw puzzle out here, you can just walk around the courthouse till you get 10,000 steps. All right, folks. Thank you very much.